Alright, what's going on, guys? I am bringing you Smacking Sweaties episode number 43, and in this episode I get a 42 bomb in a scrim that I did maybe like a few days ago, not too long ago, versus AP, and basically I'm going to be actually running a sub on slums, which is something you probably have never seen me do, at least in, a scrim environment. Maybe, I think I have actually uploaded that league play one of it. For the most part, I usually run an AR on slums, as you guys usually know. I usually anchor on every map, but I kind of switch my role up, and I'll talk about all that in a second. But one thing I did want to address in this is I'm gonna go back to what I did maybe a month ago or so for Smacking Sweaties. I had the whole Smacking Sweaties week and everything. I really, that was probably when Smacking Sweaties were the most popular. So I'm gonna try to bring it back a little bit. So this is what I decided to do. I used to do the thing where I used to set a like goal rating. Holy shit, I just messed that up so bad. A like rating goal for every video. Okay. God. Yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'll start out low again like I did. I think I had 1 week where I went all the way from 500, I think it maybe went from 300 to 1,000, and I did 10 videos straight or something like that. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, so as soon as this video hits 600 like ratings, I will upload the next episode of Smacking Sweaty. So 600 by the time of tomorrow, and you guys will get back to back, and we'll see how long we can keep it rolling, and that would be pretty cool. But anyways, moving on to the actual gameplay now. So like I said, this is a 40 bomb in a scrim versus AP, and basically I kind of describe my role a little bit in this. I pretty much roamed in this. So if you guys aren't that familiar with competitive, basically when you roam, it's kind of the same thing that people like Scumpy, Karma, a little bit of Aches or Crim, who else? I can't even think of any other people that roam right now. Well, I guess Parasite roams. Pretty sure he roams for them. I don't know. But anyways, basically I'll describe my version of what I do as a submachine gun player. Basically my main thing is I do two things as far as the hill is concerned. I'm always the one to break the hill, and then once my team has gained control of the hill, then I usually push out of the hill. I'm not the person to sit on the hill. I usually push out of the hill, and then my objective from there is either A, get the cutoffs, or B, block the spawns and push the spawns out and force them to the further away spawn. And that's pretty much all I really do. Sometimes I do get the rotation. I usually rotate early as well sometimes. I shouldn't say every time, but sometimes I'll get that early rotation as well, to help out the anchor push out and stuff like that. So that's kind of my definition, my version of what I do when I roam. But for the most part, what everyone does as a roaming sub is you're supposed to get the kills and you're supposed to play the cutoffs and stuff. So anyways, that's pretty much what I did in this gameplay, and slums is definitely my best map for it, and the reason for that is because I anchored for so long. One tip I will give you, although it is 10 months into the game, you guys don't need any more tips, but one tip I will give you is if you want to learn the spawns on any map, everyone probably knows the basic spawns, but if you really want to know the spawns, you need to just anchor for a few days, maybe even a week. Anchor every map, just do 8s or something, just play some scrims and just anchor. You will learn the spawns so well, just off of that, and it makes it really easy to play any other role once you've anchored, just because you know the spawns so well. And that's the reason for slums probably being my best map as a sub and as an anchor, I guess. It's definitely my favorite. It was, my best map as an anchor, and it kind of translated over to being my best map as a sub, because I always know, I can always predict where they're spawning, based on, my teammates' positioning, where I killed them, all that type of stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'll talk a little bit about how we're playing as well, and what kind of going on in this whole scrim. So as you guys probably have noticed by now, this isn't my real team or anything. This is just a little bit of a pickup team that I made. I didn't even make the team. I'll talk about that in a second, but I'm playing AP. So basically AP is evil. Evil, it's kind of dead now. It's not 100% dead, but it's dying. So you guys all know I used to be an evil, or if you didn't know that, in Modern Warfare 3 I was an evil, and then obviously then I left and brought back AT, but pretty much the majority of the people left evil, created AP, and that's who I'm playing right now. So I'm kind of in a way playing my old clan, not 100%, but if you get what I mean, I kind of am. And yeah, so that's what I'm playing against, if you guys can tell. And then who's on my team? It's me, Ukraine, Dignified, and Infamy. So there's no nobody else of the A team on my team. So this is kind of just a little pickup team that I put together. Basically Infamy and Dignified, they wanted to play AP really bad. They played Ace with them the other day, and they were talking shit. Apparently, I don't really know what the whole deal is, but they wanted to play them, and they asked me, and I put together this little team. And then Ukraine, he wasn't a part of it. I just told him to come play because he runs that AR. I don't know what it is about Ukraine. That dude is the biggest warrior I have ever played. Something about him, I don't know what it is, but anyways, that's besides the point. Actually, that's not besides the point. I will actually come back to that in a second. I'll come back to why I switched from an anchor to a sub, and it is probably about 90% connection. Like, if I was like a pro, you know, and all that mattered was like LAN and online didn't matter, I probably would have stayed as an anchor because I knew, you know, once I get to a LAN, that BS won't happen on LAN, right? But, you know, I'm not a pro. I don't go to LANs or anything like that. I just play hardpoint competitively because it's fun. So, it's not fun getting BS'd. So that's kind of what I mean. But yeah, so this was a best of 3. They won game 1 on their host, then we hosted, and obviously this is game 2 as you can see, and we won this game, and then we won the differential as well. So like what I mean by that is we won game 2 by more points than they won game 1 by, and then so we kept host for game 3, and then we lost by 2 points on game 3, which is pretty annoying. Like, we had like a 20 or so point lead going to the last hard point, and then they just held it. Like, they broke in and then held it for like, and they won in the last like 2 seconds of the game. So that was kind of annoying, but I'm not worried. This isn't my real team or anything. Did just fine for being like a little pickup team that I put together. Just for fun, really. Nothing too serious. But yeah, so back to what I was talking about host. So game 1, I did so bad on that kid's host. Like, well, I wasn't even doing that bad, to be honest. I stopped caring. Probably around 4 to 5 minutes into game 1, I just stopped giving a fuck because I knew I wasn't gonna kill anyone on that kid's host. Like, it wasn't like a bad host to where like everyone was like 2 barring or 3 barring or something. It was just my connection did not connect well with his connection. Don't know why. That's just how the Black Ops 2 is. So pretty much I just gave up. I think for the last like 45 seconds of the game, I wasn't even playing. Like, I put my controller down, I went to go get a drink of water. I didn't even care. I was like, I already know what's gonna happen. You know, when we get to host, I'm gonna go off, and I did. But that's what I kind of want to talk about a little bit. Is host is really weird in Black Ops 2, and it's fine for public matches. Like, it's probably better than Modern Warfare 3, to be honest, for public matches. But for custom games, there's something very wrong with the host. It is not the same host that you get when you play online. I don't mean League play, because League play is pretty much dedicated server most of the time. But for custom games, there's something wrong with it. And if you guys play a lot of like scrims or custom games and stuff, you guys will notice it. And it's not just me. Like, at first I thought it was me that, you know, thought about all this. Like, you know, we all thought it was like us who were just thinking this. But if you watch the pros live streams, they talk about it a lot. Like, like recently I can just think about Nadeshot. You know, he hosted from, they were doing a 2v2 CTF. It was like Nadeshot and Scumby versus Big T and JCap, I think. They were doing a 2v2 CTF, and Nadeshot went like 17 and 35 or something on host, and he was like complaining so much. He's like, yo, one of you guys go host it, and you know, I'm gonna go off. And he is right when he says that. There's something wrong with being host on Black Ops 2, and it works differently for different people. I remember, like, for whenever Complexity, they always make Aches host, because Crim6 does not like the host, Glacier does not like the host, and I don't know about TP, but they would never let him host because he's West Coast. But you know, Crim6, he does not like the host. He always talks about that, and so does Clay. And then Aches is always like, you guys are crazy, I love hosting. And it just depends on the person, man. I don't know what it is about this. It's just something about the server. So for me personally, the problem was when I hosted with that, when I was anchoring, I was using an AR, and I didn't notice it at first because I was using the FAL, and you kind of don't notice it, especially if you're good with the FAL. Yeah, it won't really matter. Although when I think back about it, I do kind of notice it. But now that I switched to the M8, obviously, that's when it really becomes clear. And I've noticed that when I'm hosting a public match, you know, when I'm playing multi and I'm using the M8, everything is a 1 burst to a 2 burst kill, maybe an occasional 3 burst, never over 3. You know, when I'm playing in custom games and I'm host with the M8 and I'm trying to anchor, I would get everything is at least a 2 burst, even up to a 4 burst, and occasionally I'll get a 1 burst. I don't even recall the last time I got a 1 burst with the M8 on my host. And that's why I stopped wanting to anchor, because I was just getting BS'd with ARs, and you can do alright with the AN, but that's just, I don't know, I feel like a faggot for using the AN. So, you know, because everyone knows, like, the AN's not really the main AR of choice if you're actually, like, trying to play competitive. Everyone uses the M8, but, I don't know, AN's just like a warrior gun, but that's besides the point. You know, I'd rather not anchor if I have to use the AN just to, you know, be on a even playing field. So that's kind of the reasoning behind why I stopped wanting to anchor. And you know, I pulled out a sub, and I don't really get that much lag comp against me with a sub. Like, it's pretty fair. I feel like I don't get BS too much. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to use a sub instead of an AR, and that's kind of why I switched my roll up and everything. And it's been working out pretty good. I like it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I dropped 42 kills, so pretty good. Definitely went ham, and that's pretty much it. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. What did I say? I think I said 600, and I will upload Smackin Sweaties again tomorrow if we can get 600. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Check out the links in the description for all that good stuff. Twitter and Twitch, and 10% off Control Freaks. All kinds of good stuff down there. And I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day, and peace out.